Today I'm going to walk you through how to create a writing dashboard in Notion. And your writing dashboard is kind of like your command center. Think of it as a homepage of a website. It's kind of like where you'll find all the links to your other subpages within your dashboard. And to learn more about the writing dashboard, scroll down to the description of this video to read the blog post and learn more about it. Otherwise, we're just going to jump right in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is add a new top level page. And we'll just title ours writing dashboard. You can title it whatever you want. I tend to make mine full width, so we'll go ahead and do that. And you can add an icon and a cover here if you like. My top tip for creating a writing dashboard that you're going to want to spend a lot of time in and visit regularly is to make it as aesthetically pleasing as possible. Keep it functional, but make it a place, that's your own and that you want to come back to and spend a lot of time working in. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of consider which pages we want to add here. So I suggest kind of jotting down a list of ideas of pages that you might like to add to your dashboard. So for example, we'll just say a word count tracker where you can count your daily word counts and your progress. You might like to add monthly progress reviews. You might like to add world building page, if I can type. You might like to add character sheets, maybe outlines, or if you're really big into activities for creativity, kind of like the ones in Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way, you might like to add a list of affirmations or, artist dates, whatever you like. Again, with the typing. Okay, so now you kind of have some ideas of pages that you might like to add. And I definitely suggest doing that before you kind of go crazy adding pages because it'll make it a lot easier to sort of organize and format a little bit later once everything's created and formatted. So now you can go ahead and start creating your pages, and you just do that by clicking this little plus button. So let's create our daily word count tracker first. We'll go ahead and open this as a full page, and we'll make it full width. Now, I suggest doing a database for this, and I personally like the table view. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I love tables, so I'm always going to go for that, but you can choose whatever you like. So, and this is a template that we'll cover actually in more detail in another video, but I kind of just want to show you as a sample page how you can set it up. So you might like to say scene written, or you can even keep this as name if you like. And then you can have type. So this might be, it could be a chapter or a scene or, whatever you like. And then you might, of course, you want to add the date. We'll rename this date. And then, of course, you'll add your word count column here, too, and then you'll make that a number property. And then, of course, you can come down here at the bottom of the table to calculate, and then you just click sum here. And I like to also add count unique values here because it'll tell you how many days out of the month that you've written. So that's really handy to see. So that's your very basic daily word count tracker setup. And as you can see, it creates a link here. I personally like to move these up to the top. And you can rearrange them however you like later. So next, we're just going to go ahead and create some more pages. And I'll keep these blank because you kind of get the idea by now. So there's your affirmations page. Let's create, a character sheet. And so I'll also quickly run through this like a basic setup. And again, this is another template that we are going to cover in a separate video, but I just want to kind of go ahead and show you what you can do here. So this is a gallery view. This is a gallery database, and I like this one for character sheets especially because you can add images and it's a more visual representation, kind of like a storyboard. So here's how you would do that. And of course, you retitle it character name, and then you'd come down here. If you already have an image of your character, say you have a drawing or about what they look like, you might like to go ahead and embed that here, and you can either upload it, but for our example, we'll just add an image from Unsplash. So I'll just type person. And then we'll just click the first one that comes up. And then when you click out of here, you'll see that that image appears in these cards, which makes it a lot easier to kind of see your characters. And again, we'll cover that in more detail in another video, but just to get you started. Now, coming back here, you can see it's not very pretty. It's kind of basic and bland, but I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to make it a bit prettier or more aesthetically pleasing. So the first thing I like to do is add headings. And this might be, so let's say, writing progress. And then you'll create this, you can do this one of two ways. So you can do keyboard commands, so Control-Shift-1 for heading 1, Control-Shift-2 for heading 2, and so on. Or you can come over here and click Turn Into, and then whichever heading you like. And then I like to make mine backgrounds. I don't really like the text colors, but, if you like it, you do you. So you can either make backgrounds or you can make them colors, but we'll just keep the background for now. And another thing that I like to do is add columns because it kind of reduces the white space. So what you do is you select what you want to move, and then you drag it over here until you see this bar. And this will push this down. So you'll have to come up here and sort of put it under there. And then you can make this a different background if you like. So there's your writing progress, and what you can do is if you select the block and do Control D, you can just duplicate that, drag it wherever you want, and let's just do Project X. So that might be your project name, and then of course you can move your character sheet down here, and then we'll duplicate this again, and of course you'll probably want to make these different colors, but I just kind of want to show you how to do it. This might be creativity, and then your affirmations are there. Oops. Those under there. So that's kind of a basic setup of how to do it. And I'm actually going to switch over to my template now for the writing dashboard that will be available for purchase as part of the Notion for Writers template pack later on this week, just to kind of show you what you can expect. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that now. And this is in the Notion app, and I also use Notion Enhancer for Windows, so mine's going to look slightly different in terms of fonts and things like that. But this is the writing dashboard template that I have created, and this is still a work in progress. I will be adding more pages to this, but as you can see, it's still pretty minimalist. I've sort of organized things here, monthly progress sheets where you can go in and reflect for your progress. You have your daily word count tracker here, which I'll just shortly show you. Kind of similar to what we did earlier. And then of course you have your creativity here with some creativity exercises, and I've also created a task board. So there's a lot of tasks involved in writing, right? Characterization, world building, drafting, etc. So that's a lot of stuff to keep up with, which is why I recommend creating an inline. This is an inline database, and this is how you would do that. So if you go, this is a board, so you go board inline, and there you go. That's how you create that. Simple enough, right? So that's how I created that. And yeah, so this template will be available for purchase later this week, and it will include all the pages you see here, plus a few more that I'm still working on. And let's just dive into the character sheets. So this is the template that I have sort of created, and as you can see, I have included a lot of character resources for you to use. And again, this is still a work in progress, but as you can see, this will come fully loaded. So if you do want to use this video to create your own, something that works for you, feel free. But if you want a done-for-you solution, talk to me about purchasing the Notion for Writers pack. But yeah, otherwise, I hope this helps. And please let me know if you have any questions about creating a writing dashboard in Notion, and happy Notioning.